What is up? I'm with the BIZ, and I'm Tyi Owens, new host. Usually it's Norman, but I'm here with Marshall football team. You, what's your name?
I'm BV.
You,
I'm Dylan Davis.
Dylan Davis.
Stone Earl.
Stone Earl.
Smooth, Elijah Metcalf.
Elijah Metcalf. Elijah Kid. So what positions y'all play?
I play receiver.
Receiver.
I play defensive line.
Play edge rush.
Edge rusher. Quarterback. So, what do y'all think of going into the season?
Let's start with me.
Yeah.
I think we got a pretty tight knitted group. This is my fourth team in college, like fourth school. So I got a lot to compare it to.
What was your schools before?
I went to Minnesota, the University of Minnesota out of high school. Then I transferred to Old Dominion. Then I went to Colorado last year. So I got a lot of
Colorado, where Deion Sanders at?
Yeah. So experiences there, but a lot to compare it to. But I think we got a pretty tight knitted group, and I feel good about going into this season.
How you feel?
Yeah, just to second what he's saying, I've been to 3 schools now. I went to Furman University and then University of Illinois. And this is the tightest knit group I've been a part of. We practice hard, sometimes too hard. But yeah, I think we're going to be pretty good. I'm excited.
So,
I guess I would say like I've been to Abilene Christian out of high school, which is like a smaller FCS school, and then kind of worked my way up to UNC. Played there for 2 years, was a team captain, started last year, ended up getting injured like the second game, but then just saw like a great opportunity up here. And then like they said, it's been like we're a really close group, and you can feel it whenever you're around us. And then offensively, like we got some dudes on the ball like this, man. So just getting those guys the ball, we should be able to do great things.
To piggyback off all these guys said, I just feel like we have a close-knit squad, offensively, defensively, and special teams. We all putting it together, and I'm really just excited to see how we look coming up this Saturday. Well, next Saturday, we're going against Stony Brook.
are they good? I don't know much about the team.
We respect all of our opponents, brother.
Good answer.
Well, y'all were 6-7 last year, from my understanding. 6-7. So, what are y'all looking to do to like do better this season? Like, I mean, 6-7 is not bad, but like you could always improve as a team.
Personally, for all of us, like we weren't here, but at the end of the day, we're wearing that on our back every day since the spring. Coach Huff and those guys were pretty much showing us every day what 6-7 was and what we got to do to make sure that we don't do that. So I know this year we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So,
how y'all guys feel about Ohio State?
I feel like as a group, like you said, we respect all our opponents, but like you definitely got those games you circle. But like within our 4 walls of the locker room, we trying to like make our own identity, like who we want to be. So it's not really like who we play. It's kind of like how we gonna approach every week. But that game is gonna be, we're gonna play in front of a big crowd. It's gonna be stuff like that. But like it's gonna
be a game.
Back to who are we?
Yeah. So, tracking back to you, you ready for the season?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited. I got to play a little bit my sophomore year, and then spent a couple years on the sideline. So I'm just excited to have an opportunity, show everyone what I can do. But also, I love this group of guys, so I'm excited to go compete with them and go out there and win some games.
Win some games. What do y'all predict y'all's record will be this year? Like, I know there's anything you want, but like for predictions, like spring
Win 'em
game
all,
and
man.
practice.
so
Win them all.
We're going out there trying to win them all. I mean,
Especially seeing the way that we work and like how we work in over these not 3 weeks, but 2 months. I expect to win them all.
But you gotta go in there with that mentality, and no matter who you play.
yeah, no, I don't think they've been training like we've been training, so
Probably.
I think we
Probably
can
not.
compete with anybody.
And I guess like I'll piggyback on something. Like one thing that we've kind of harped on, like everybody works hard, everybody does a lot of things differently and just puts that work in. But like, you got to be intentional with what you do, and then you got to do hard better. Like whenever things get hard, you got to be able to execute. Which at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, is just executing what you got in front of you.
Sir, yeah, I'm looking forward to see y'all play. This is my hometown. Field right around the corner from my house, so I'm gonna be at almost every home game.
Yeah, appreciate
Anybody
you
in the
having us.
audience? What question? Oh, yes.
Appreciate you having us on here.
For sure.
Thanks, Brody.
Any questions in the audience?
Oh, I got one. Oh, I got a question. Okay, so if you all had anything inspirational, motivational to tell someone who wants to be in your position, what would you say to them?
Mine's gonna probably be real simple, and it's even though it's real simple, it's something that I'm like learning to this day. But it just keep going. Like it don't matter your circumstances or like how it may look. Like you never know what God got planned for you, and if you got something that you want to do in your mind, you just keep going and keep finding ways to chip away at that. You would be surprised the places that you end up. So it just keep going.
The biggest thing I probably would say is create your own story. We always look at celebrities and idols and we look up to them. But at the end of the day, they're their own person too, and they created their own story. And at the end of the day, your story going to be a little different. You might not go to the biggest school and have the greatest career catch, but at the end of the day, it's your story. It's how you write it and how you want it to be. So don't worry about what people tell you can't do and like maybe that's not the best fit. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to go do it. Create your own story and go write it.
Amen.
Oh, I'm up. Just like y'all were saying, honestly, just keep the faith. Like, there's going to be times when it's going really well and you have to just keep working. And there's going to be times when it's going really poorly and you have to keep the faith and trust that the work you put in is going to pay off. So you can never get too high. You can never get too low. You kind of just got to be steady and keep working through all of it.
And then the last thing, like, one thing I've learned over my career is just be present, be where your feet are. If you look at yesterday of something, oh man, I wish I did this, like it's gonna eat at you constantly every day. And then vice versa, like if you look at the future, like you're not gonna worry about or like be fully invested in what you have going on at that moment. So just be where your feet are and kind of just live in the moment. Don't take things way too seriously. Just do you.
Guess I'll ask a question too. Just relax. So, what do you have to love for football? Like, and how do you all feel about Coach Huff, about the staff? Because many of you mentioned you've been at different schools.
Yeah.
So when you transferred in, what brought you to Marshall? I guess let's just start with that question. What brought you to Marshall?
I would personally say like this is like a family without like outside of my family. Being here, Coach Huff, Coach Bartram, Rod, like even just like people like that's probably not a part of football, but they just always still like it just feels like a family environment around there. So I just feel like that's the biggest thing. You ask anybody like all of us said like this is a close knit group. Like it just feels like family here. So then it's just like when I'm out there playing football, I know this might be hard, but I'm looking at Stone, I'm looking at Dylan, I'm looking at DV, and I'm like, fam, these my brothers. Like, we doing all this hard stuff together. And I know at the end of the day, after 30 minutes, we're going to be laughing, joking about how hard it was and how tired we was. But at the end of the day, like, that's what makes every day, okay, I'm doing it with my brother. I'm doing it with somebody I love. And at the end of the day, I got people around me that they just want to see me do great outside of football. Not even just in football in general, but outside of football. So
That's what I was going to ask too. Like, what are you guys majoring in? What are you guys, outside of football? What are you guys majoring in school?
So my undergraduate at Illinois, I was getting a history degree, and now I'm working on my MBA here. So great opportunity to continue my education. But kind of what he was saying, like I chose to come here for the opportunity to play football. I've spent a lot of time on the sideline, and I spent my first 3 years as an offensive lineman before switching to D-line. So I have no game film from D-line, and Marshall took a chance on me. I hope I'm making them proud so far. I'm practicing pretty well. And it's just like, I feel like I owe them so much for that opportunity because Coach Huff talked to me on the phone. He knew he liked me. He heard good things from my coaches. And he really just took a leap of faith with me. And there's a ton of guys on the roster with similar stories to me. We got a guy who went through a double knee surgery. talented player, and they still took a chance on him, and it's a special place in that regard.
We are Marshall.
Yes,
We are
we
Marshall.
are.
Stone, I'm gonna jump on you for a second just to ask. You play quarterback, correct?
Yep.
All right, so we know, quarterback is an important position in this string. So, and the quarterback battle that Marshall has, how's that? Has that been a brotherhood? How's that challenge been for you? And where do you stand with that?
Yeah, honestly, like this has been like one of the funnest battles I've been in, because I've been in a lot of battles basically every semester that I've been in college. And this group is it's different. Like we truly love each other. We truly bond with each other, hang out. So like there's no like we're all here for the same reason at the end of the day, and then we know like just embracing it and enjoying it with each other, helping out each other. It makes it a lot more fun rather than like having beef with someone else.
Right.
Like that's just not how it's supposed to be. So like I feel like it's just been a great opportunity just to kind of go out there, play free, and at the end of the day, like just have fun with it, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. So.
All right, okay. And you guys, sophomores, juniors, seniors, everybody. I didn't ask what
Senior.
seniors.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a senior. I graduated.
and what are you taking up in school as well? And
So I'm in grad school now. I got my undergrad in communications, and now I'm getting my master's in leadership studies. So like you said, another opportunity to just further my education and create more value for myself.
okay, and tell us your position again.
I play outside linebacker like DN.
Like outside linebacker. Then so. You a Russian linebacker, or
Yeah, I'm a Russian linebacker.
you defend the pass?
Yeah, I'm a
Get
Russian
to that
linebacker.
QB, baby.
Yeah, sometimes I rush even when I ain't supposed to.
He really does. He's not lying.
So your motor just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You gonna see him.
that's what's up. That's what's up, man. And you are majoring in school.
Sports management.
Go ahead, move the mic up. Just move the mic up.
Sports management. I was at MT last year, and I was supposed to graduate, but coming here pushed me back. But I'm all cool, man. I'm loving the school. I'm loving the atmosphere here, and just like you said, just being here, just creating value for myself. So after I'm done, I want to be a sports agent with this thing. So
That's what's up.
So I want to stay. I want to stay in it a little bit. So
That's what's going on. That's good. So you got some more questions with them?
I have a question. I'm wondering. I'm sure people in the crowd are wondering. What was the transition from high school ball to college? Like the differences.
The game speed pick up a little bit. Because, in high school, well, I'm sure like everyone here, because to get on this level, you got to have some type of skill set. So you think you hot shot, then you go to college and everybody hot shot. So like the game speed pick up, you got guys a little stronger, bigger, stronger, faster. So that's probably was my biggest adjustment.
Yeah, I got to college, and there were guys that people were saying were terrible, and then I look them up. They're all conference, they're all state, like they were studs in high school. And it's just a different game. Everyone's really good, and then those guys that persevere the longest and work hard the longest, those are the guys that actually prevail.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I guess for me, like the biggest thing, QB, is just being able to kind of know everybody's job, because at this position, like you got to know who's doing what, why they're doing it, and then you got to give them the ball at the end of the day. So just being able to process information, that was the biggest difference. Like the speed of everybody's gonna be there's tighter windows, so you got to be able to find those windows and just be more accurate with the ball and then make plays.
get the ball out quicker, huh?
Yeah.
Hold on to it too long.
and then as a receiver, I just feel like in high school sometimes you can get away with a certain stuff. If you're faster than everybody, you could just run by people. If you're stronger, then you probably just gonna break all the tackles. But once you get in college, you really have to work on your game, especially for like a player like me, a smaller receiver. Like, you're gonna have to be a little bit more physical. You're gonna have to catch the ball a lot more better. Like, it's just a lot of little stuff that you don't. Like, I pretty much say you won't work on in high school, but you're gonna get away with it. But when you're in college, you're not gonna get away with those little things. So that's the biggest thing.
Okay.
Did any of y'all have any like other choices? But well, y'all get transferred. Y'all transferred. God, man. But like,
I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
No, actually,
yeah, but you already asked me.
You mean like out the portal or like out of high school?
Out of high school, like some offers. Like,
Yeah.
did you have a lot of offers?
Yeah, I was highly recruited out of high school. Yeah.
Well, like, I can't already ask what it takes, but like to go D1, like do you have to have a certain type of mindset, like work hard?
Well, first you gotta have like
consistent?
good grades. Like
Yeah, that's
they X a lot of people off the list for that. And then they start looking into like your character and then what type of player you are and stuff like that. And that's kind of how they weed out. Because you got to think, it's almost every kid in the country
just
wants
skill.
to play D1, so they got to weed them out some way.
yeah, because there's a lot of good athletes, especially around the nation.
Yeah, it was cool. When coaches would come to my school, like, of course, they would talk to my coach, my position coach, and everything. But then if they were on the fence about me or they didn't know me well, they would go around, ask my teachers, ask the lunch ladies. They really ask everybody because they want to know what kind of person they're getting. Because if you come to the school and do poorly, like, especially off the field, that reflects poorly on them. So they really do their background research.
I would say the biggest thing that people don't like to talk about is the people you hang around. In high school, you're gonna have a lot of friends, and some of them might not see the future you got, and some you might not. They might not see the D1 goals you got. So it's like you want to go work out, but hey, they might want to go to the pool or something, and it's not. You don't think it's always negative things that they always trying to do. It can be positive, like, hey man, I might go to the library today, and you might need to go get an extra workout in, and you just gonna have to find your balance in life and have to see if you're gonna have the right crowd around you, because at the end of the day, those gonna be the people that's gonna be there when you need them the most.
So as a team, how do you guys deal with like if y'all in conflict with each other, y'all have to be on the same team at the end of the day. So how do y'all go by that?
It's just like a family. Like, families fight. We have our disputes amongst each other, but we keep them within our four walls. So as long as it's like that, it's just like you fight with your brother, y'all like get over it. Or even if y'all don't, the time will make y'all get over it, because y'all got to get right back to that same common goal. Look, I see you looking at your brother.
Especially like if something happens at practice on the field where some guys get into it, like we just make sure that we squash it before you leave the facility. Like,
Yeah, that can affect in game, in practice.
Yep.
As a team.
I feel like that's how you know when you got a good team, though. Like, if you got a team and there's no conflict, y'all probably not going to be that good. Yeah.
How do y'all guys like the actual school, like Marshall School, like facilities and campus?
I'm gonna keep it above. When I first got here, it was different. It was a different transition for me. I was at Middle Tennessee State, and it's not like the biggest school, but it was a town where Nashville was 30 minutes away, so it was like stuff to do. And then like when I first got here, I'm like, it's all I got. It just balls and my guys and the community. But like, I feel like anybody that's been here long enough, like once you get here, you like, okay, like I love it here. It's like I can focus on ball. I got my brothers, and at the end of the day, this community is behind this team 100%. So I feel like it wouldn't be no better place to be in right now for me personally. I'm gonna say for me. So I love it here. It definitely was a weird transition for me at first, but I've definitely embraced it, and now I love it.
What's your favorite part of Marshall in general, like the school, football?
I would just say like our bonds off the field. Like I feel like that's just like, it's so crazy. It's like, cause at first I didn't know who DV was, who is a DV. Like I don't know who that is, but now it's like, this my brother. I can call him when I need him, and it's just like, that was the biggest thing you remember. Is like, fam, I did not know this dude, and I feel like I've known this dude my whole life. So I think that's the biggest thing you take away from any college. Like when you transfer, it's like you meeting new people, and you just meeting new people each and everywhere you go, and it's like they change your life for a long time. So.
Yeah, that's true. Like I told you, I played back in 95, 96, and like I still have the bond with all the guys that I came in with. You know what I'm saying? So once we get in the Herd family,
it's like,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You create that. I mean, I've been to Severna Park. We done traveled and been all over to D.C., down to Florida. Because they like, hey, come home with me. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all come from different places. So it was like, all right, we go home with them, and they introduce. And then me being from Huntington actually too helped, because they just had to come under the tracks. So, my partners would come over, get to eat my mom's home cooking meal. You know what I'm saying? And it was over with then, though. They wasn't going nowhere, I come home and be like, what y'all doing in my house? But nah, what you said, resonates, man. It's true. Like, once you become part of this family, you know what I'm saying? It's a brotherhood, man. So,
how important is y'all's faith not only on the field, but off the field?
Great question.
Yeah, I was first. I would just say it's everything. Like it's my why. It's my identity. Like my tattoo. First Corinthians 10:31. It says, whatever you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. And that just kind of resonates with my whole life. Like I'm doing this for the Lord because He gives me the opportunity to be around guys and share His word, share His love, and at the end of the day, like that's what we're called to do. So.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I would say I've had faith my whole life, and it's been an important part of my life. But these last couple years, especially when I was at Illinois and struggling, like it was everything for me to lean on my faith. And now that I'm like having some success and like a new opportunity, like I was always praying to the Lord, like let me be a light, like use me as a vessel. And now like even this, like even if it's small, if I'm get any platform, like let me use it for His glory. And hopefully I can walk through life that same way, even when I struggle.
Yeah. To piggyback off what you just said, like I feel like having faith is give you something to lean back on. Like not only when times are tough, but like once you go through those tough times and you learn to lean on your faith, and then once He show you that you can like be successful and grow, it kind of remind you like, all right, I remember when I was in that spot, I had to lean on my faith. So now you still have faith, like even through the ups and downs. So I feel like, yeah, it's a big part, like a major part.
Man,
Yeah, for sure. To piggyback off all these guys said, man, it every day you wake up, He just shows you how it really is. I remember when I first got in the portal, I prayed for a place where I could focus and I could be valued, and it's like He answered the prayer because it wasn't the one I wanted. I was thinking maybe Bama, Washington, Texas, but He put me in a spot where I could grow, and at the end of the day, where I know I'm gonna need Him more. Sometimes in life, like we get in a position where we feel like we don't need God no more, and I feel like that's where He put you in a spot where you be like, okay, I only need Him. Because ain't nobody else going to fill the void. So I feel like I love being here. I love being here. That's all I'm going to say to that. I feel like it's the reason why He put me here. So.
Yeah.
All right, on that, I don't want to be too much longer. That's what I'm saying. You can't go too much on that. Yeah.
He has it.
I tell you, I'm with it. Hey, you better watch out, Coach Boy. We'll go to church. We'll go to church. We'll go to church up in Bible study already. Well, okay, we'll go to church up in there for real now. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, yeah.
We will bring the choir out.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, we'll go to church over there. Got a whole choir section.
Something that you guys think that the fans should be excited for, you know, whether it's the youth that come out or any fan that's in Huntington or far coming in, what do you guys think is something that people should be excited to see this year?
DB Harris. DB Harris.
Don't make us go.
I would say the biggest thing I would say is the excitement we're finna play with this year. I feel like this group, we all happy for each other. Like I just watched this next Saturday when we light it up. It's just, you're gonna see how much excitement and how much love we got for one another when we play out there. And it's all gonna be on offense, defense, and special teams. So that's what I'm gonna say to that one.
Good question.
That's a good question.
Take it out or you want to take it out?
I have one more question. Are any of y'all from here, Huntington, West Virginia? So how do you like living in the area? Well, I'm pretty sure I live in the area, live on campus in dorms. How do you like living in the area?
It's different.
It's different for sure.
It's just it takes some getting used to, but once you live here for a little while, and me, I only been here like 3 months, so not long at all. But you actually start engaging with the people from here, and you realize like it's great people in this area. It makes it way better.
I'm thankful because I know everything ain't far. We was in the car earlier. I said, Stone, you know where the place is? I said, it can't be that far. I looked up 4 minutes away. So, save gas, save money, all that. So
It can't be that far. It ain't
he right there.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
All of us? All right. Yeah, it's definitely different. The people here are awesome though. Really just like a homey feel. Like everyone treats you like they're one of your own. I was at Walmart recently and I asked a woman if she liked it and she said, yeah, I love it. We have the best gas station. And like Sheetz is awesome. But But yeah, just the people. Yeah, I love it. And I love the outdoors. So I love that I can go 20 minutes any direction and it's just me, mountains, trees. And that's really special to me.
All right.
I would say for me, it's way different because I'm from the Dallas area, so this is like,
No Cowboys.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
yep.
Cowboy,
Yeah,
cowboy,
it's,
cowboy.
it's way different than what I'm used to. But earlier I said I went to ACU, which is kind of like out West Texas, so it's just like a small town in a circle. So this kind of gives off the same vibes, but it's different because I know this community just they live for football, and that's they look up to us, and if we're winning, then they're the happiest people in the world, and like the blood flows through the football team. So
Yeah.
All right, well, I appreciate you guys for
Have you?
appreciate you guys for coming out, helping out in the community.
Get out the
What advice do you guys have for people in high school?
Like going through high school.
The biggest thing I would say is find your identity, find who you are. Don't let people try to tell you who you are. Don't let nobody else but you find who you are. And I think that's the first step. Once you find who you are and you love who you are as a person, and then you'll figure out how your life will go.
Yeah, I say like have an open mind, but don't be easily influenced. Because especially with like the world we live in today, like it's a lot of influences. But have an open mind, you never know like what you might be into or what will attract you. So you kind of gotta find a happy medium between those two. I would say.
Get your faith right. 'Cause college, once you get to college, there's going to be a lot of temptations, a lot of things, like you said, influences around you. So if you're not grounded in your faith, like you're setting yourself up for failure, and you're going to make bad decisions. So
They say it takes years to build a reputation and then you can lose it in one instant. So you have that good voice on one side and bad voice. Like you can tell what right or wrong is. So even when it's difficult, you just got to choose to do the right thing every time because in one instant it can all slip away from you.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate you guys for coming out, helping the community.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Wish you guys good luck. Wish you guys good luck on this upcoming season. Looking forward to coming to the games, watching.
Go ahead.
Be looking for you next game.
Appreciate you guys.
I never did a whole podcast.